Put your finger down if this has ever happened to you. You spent so much time, maybe years, months, weeks, working on something. You put in blood, sweat, tears, effort. You built this thing. You really showed up, you know, and you got to the stage where this thing finally paid off. Like all of your efforts, all of your hard work finally paid off, and you started enjoying the success of this thing. Like you literally started eating the fruits of your labor with this thing, essentially. And you get to experience this for a while, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, because it's always out of nowhere, we never see it coming, out of nowhere, you lose this thing. Like everything just comes crashing down. You go from 100 to zero, you go from up here to down below. And while you're going through this heartbreak, while you're like shattered, while you're like, you don't even know what to do next, where to start from. People, when they hear about this thing that has happened to you, they start to give you all sorts of advice. Why don't you just start again? Why don't you just get up and go? Are you busy wallowing in feeling bad about this thing? Get up, start again, or do something else. They mean well, but it only takes someone who has experienced this kind of loss to know that it's never just easy to just get up and go, or to just, you know, start again. Like, what does that even mean? Start again. Okay. Start from zero, start from scratch, you know. So, what I want to share with you today is what I call the art of starting again, because it's not just about getting up and going. There's a lot that goes into it if you want to actually get back to where you were before and even exceed where you were before. Like if you want to start again, start stronger and see yourself, faster, more successful at this thing that you had previously lost. Keep watching. Stick with me to the end of this video. It's going to be a brief one and we'll just get right into it. You're new here, my name is Peace. I talk about topics that speak to your inner fire and your outer work. So if you're a creative, an entrepreneur, a dreamer, a go-getter, a doer, a multi-passionate, you will love it here because we are discussing things that are essential to this dream chasing life. It's a different kind of loss, when you've really put your heart into making something happen or doing something, building something. And then you just wake up one day and you get the news that it's gone, or it's all broken down, or, that just happens. And it's easy for anyone to say, go start again or go try something different, because they really cannot comprehend or understand how painful and how deep, like the layers of emotion that go into that heartbreak. It's not just you lost this thing, and you can do this thing again. It's the fact that a lot of things would have gone into that loss. And if you don't get yourself right, you find it difficult to ever achieve what it was that you had before. Like you just find it so difficult sometimes to even start. It's something that some people end up stuck in that stage for years. And then there are some that, okay, they do succeed in starting again, trying to push this thing forward a second time, and just realize that they just can't. There's like this ceiling that they just can't exceed. Something that they had previously exceeded before, suddenly it's like they can't go beyond a certain point. So that's why I'm calling it the art of starting again, because there is a process to it that would help you overcome all of this, and the answer is not just in getting up and going the second time. So take this from someone who is literally an expert in this topic of starting again. Like someone who knows what it is to build and lose, begin again. I've had to come to understand that there's a process to doing this thing right. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do when you want to start again, or when you've lost so much and you're trying to pick yourself up from that position, the first thing you want to do is to grieve. Yes, you want to grieve. It is important that you actually create space and time to grieve what you have just lost. Like, it's so easy to overlook this step. We immediately just want to like push down whatever emotions of pain and hurt that we are feeling, and just jump back to the drawing board and try to recover something, anything, just try to regain that. It's actually the most important step. You need to create time and space to grieve. You need to grieve what you've lost. You need to grieve the effort, the time, the energy, all of that soul you put into that thing, only to have it taken from you. And while you've created time to grieve, you also need to forgive yourself, because most of the time when we lose something like that, or when something like this happens, we find that there is some sort of regret and some sort of way in which we blame ourselves, that I could have done this better, or I could not have done this at all. Like, it seems like some of the fault lies with you. And in that moment of regret, of thinking of how you made this one big mistake, you think that that's essentially the reason everything happened. And in that moment, you no longer trust yourself. Like, you no longer trust yourself. Regret is one of the strongest, most painful emotions to experience. And it's something that you need time to walk through it, like to accept that you're only human, and to accept that it's not the end of the world. So give yourself time and space to grieve. This could be weeks, this could be months. I recommend months. Do not give yourself 2 weeks and get back to the drawing board. You just need time. Just step away from it, or maybe take a mini vacation if you can. You just stay off anything that has to do with that thing. And I'd like to mention here that this can apply to losing a business, a job. It can apply to losing a project, something you've worked on that you built. It can apply to losing a relationship. It can apply to literally losing anything that you put in so much blood, sweat, and tears into building. Okay. When you've given yourself that time and space to walk through those emotions and to acknowledge everything that had happened to you, you then move on to step two. In step two, this is where you get to take action to start again. All you need to do is to collate everything that you have learned from what happened. Like, during the time that you built this thing, from your stage of getting it to your stage of losing it, there are things that you learned, skills that you picked up, lessons that you learned. They're just things that you have experience and knowledge that you now have deposited in you. Put them together, know what you have, what you've gained from it all, because there's always so much to gain. If you gain contacts, if you gain experience, if you gain skills, knowledge, whatever it is, just collate all of this, identify them, look at them. Then you can consider how you want to start again. There is no need to go through the exact same steps that you did before, because now when you're starting that thing again, you're not starting from scratch. It's so easy to forget. Like, we always forget this. You're not starting from scratch. You're actually starting from experience. Everything that has happened, everything that you gained has given you a sort of foundation that you didn't have when you started the first time. Now you have a sort of foundation that you can build on to move faster and to achieve even bigger than what you had before. Decide how you want to start now. You might discover that now you no longer want to build what you had before. You want to build something different, or you want to take it in a different direction. Hooray! Congratulations. Now you have everything that you need to do this and do it bigger and better. This time, be more patient with yourself, and you find yourself growing faster and achieving even bigger things. And this time, you are better equipped to protect what you have, because now you know what happened the last time. You are more careful, and you know exactly what to avoid to make sure that this time what you have stays with you. Something else that is also a kind of blessing in disguise that you get from an experience like this is trust in yourself and trust in God. You get to trust that you can do hard things. You get to realize that you are more capable and you are stronger than you think. Definitely hope that this helps you. And if you've been there, done that, please share your experience with us in the comment section. Your tips for bouncing back, your tips for, picking ourselves up and coming back stronger and better. And if this helps you, please do well to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, share it with your like-minded friends. Until my next video, thank you so much for being here. See you in the next one.